welcome to our Play Pint and a Pie Festival. My name is Kelly Grill. I'm the Executive Director here at the HCA. I want to draw your attention to a couple of errors in the program. First, in the play Art, the part of Leah Ann Harrington is played by Emilia Constantino. A big round of applause for Emilia! Very special. I don't know how that could have happened. And in the play Armchair Critic, Danny is played by Beth Ferry, and Clove is played by Michelle Rizza. We had them reversed. So I know you would be very confused. So make sure we say it. So yay for Beth and Michelle. Thank you all so much for coming. We do ask you to turn off your cell phones. We are filming tonight. It will be on HCAM, so you can share with your family and friends. This has become a very, very popular festival. We're sure to do it next year, so we hope to see you back again. Thanks so much.
Oh yeah, give me what?
Ida,
There you are. I've been waiting over an hour and a half.
it couldn't be helped.
What happened?
My schedule got all jammed up.
How'd that happen?
The impossible happened. I had an audition.
You had an audition?
Yeah, my agent calls me once a year to see if her phone is still working.
You had an audition for TV?
No, a movie, and a big one.
Wow. What was the character?
What?
What kind of character were you auditioning for?
A dead body.
What?
Yeah, in this film, the lead finds a dead body. You know, somebody who doesn't move.
Yeah.
Somebody who's assumed room temperature.
You know, actually, I think you'd be very good in a role like that.
You think?
Yeah. You're the slowest moving person I know.
Thank you.
Yeah, when I saw you the other day walking down the street,
Yeah.
I thought you were standing still.
Thank you.
Your body, it just moves like a statue.
It comes naturally.
Sometimes when we go to the movies,
Yeah.
I check to see if you're breathing.
It's how I fly, baby.
So, who is the casting director?
Lois Felcher.
Oh my God, Lois
Yeah.
Felcher?
Yeah.
She's big time.
Yeah.
Very powerful. Also has a good rep. All the big studios go to her all the time.
I know.
Wow, Lois Felcher.
Yeah.
So how does something like this go? I mean, how do you audition for a dead body?
Mainly it involved
Yeah.
being very still.
Not moving.
Exactly.
You really thought this through.
What can I tell you? I'm a method actor. I studied under Lee.
Stanislavski?
Lee Berkowitz, just as good.
Oh, so what did you actually do?
Well, I got down on the floor, and I didn't move.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Then what?
Then Lois and some other people helped me up.
Yeah?
And she said that it shoots tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
And that there was no time for callbacks.
Okay.
And then she went with somebody else.
Oh, damn. Did she at least tell you why?
Yes, Lois said that she wanted somebody a little more bubbly.
Buckley, but the guy's dead.
I know.
Ah, she's lost her mind.
She has no idea what she's doing.
What a bitch.
Yeah,
I hate her.
everybody does.
She's a weasel with lipstick.
Yeah,
Two-timing backstabber.
total phony.
She's a monster in high heels. You know she's the most hated woman in Hollywood. Bubbly, I don't understand it.
Casting directors, they get this idea in their head and there's no erasing it.
Did they tell you who got the role?
No, but I think it was Ivan Sharansky.
Oh, was he there?
No, but I saw he signed in 2 hours before I
They
did.
probably went with him.
Yeah,
After all, dead bodies are Ivan Shavansky's thing.
he's the Jackie Robinson of dead bodies.
Yeah. On his license plate, it says dead guy. He has his tombstone on his front yard. His phone message says, sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. I'm dead.
He invented the open eye stare.
Oh, yeah.
The dead guy in the bathtub.
That's right, yeah.
The dead guy upside down.
Dead guy in a swamp, dead guy in a garbage can. Oh. Dead guy inside a vending machine.
The man's very versatile.
You know, once for Metro, Ivan was in a master shot for 3 minutes, didn't breathe once,
How the hell did he do that?
passed out.
The man's very committed to his craft. Casting people, producers, directors, when they think dead bodies, they think Ivan Sharansky.
I know, and yet
Yeah? What?
I want you to know I hesitate saying this.
Go on.
Because I don't like to gossip or judge people.
Please, we're in show business. That's all we do is gossip and judge people.
Well, it's just that
Yeah.
Ivan's been a dead body in like over 100 movies.
Yeah.
And you've got to admit, over the years, his work has gotten a little stale.
You know what?
What?
I have to agree with you, and it's not just because I probably lost the role to Ivan.
No.
But sometimes when I see his work, I say, I'm sorry, Ivan, I've seen that body before.
Like, do you remember his body in that Western, Silver Six Gun?
Sure.
There was no difference between that body and the one in Manhattan Murders.
You're not the first one to mention that. This has been a tough one to take, Ida. To lie on the floor and be told somebody else did it better, I'm thinking of calling it quits.
Oh, no. No, Carl, don't do that. No, it's just one bad audition. It's not worth it. You are a good actor. And
Thank you.
What?
Oh,
You can take...
hold on. Hello? This is him. Okay. What horrible news.
What?
That's terrible. What? What a shock.
Carl, what?
All right. Hang on. Let me check if I'm available.
What happened? What? Oh! What?
Yes, I can make it. Tomorrow at 8.
What's going on?
Okay. I'll be there. Thank you, and sorry for the horrible news.
What was that all about?
That was Lois Felcher.
Look, oh.
Ivan Saransky dropped dead
When?
an hour after he auditioned.
My God, was he sick?
Not that I know of.
Maybe at the audition he exerted himself too much.
Could have.
Got down on the floor too fast.
Got up too fast.
And now the role he's been playing his entire life.
Is the role that he'll play forever.
Sad.
Very sad. Lois said she only had one second choice, and it was me.
Oh, God bless her.
She's fantastic.
She's terrific.
Lovely woman.
Ooh, really attractive.
Classy,
Also
too.
clever.
Insightful.
Slightly rude.
At times.
But she has to be.
Of course.
She's a woman in a male-dominated industry.
Yes.
She can't just let them push her around.
I work tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic.
Pays big money.
Big films always do.
And no dialogue to memorize.
Dead guy.
Dead guy! and get this. Lois said there's a morgue scene.
Yeah.
And she's talked them into putting me in that, too.
Another day of work?
Yes.
And Lois talked them into that?
That's what she said.
God bless her.
She's fantastic.
I love her.
Yeah.
Listen, if you run into her,
Yeah.
would you tell her that I think she's terrific?
Okay.
And if she's auditioning for any roles I might be right for, if you could just put in a good word, you know.
I will.
Oh, mwah.
I'm going to celebrate and buy us a sandwich.
6-inch?
12-inch.
Wow. When you celebrate, you go all out.
It's how I fly.
Hey, Carl,
Yeah?
this could be the start of something.
You think?
You could be the next Ivan Shavansky.
It makes my head spin.
Oh.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, it smells good. What you cooking?
First of all, get the backpack off the counter and wipe it down.
What? It's clean.
Maybe for a middle school male, not for an actual human being. Wipe. What's with the bat and all the stuff you're unloading?
They're cleaning lockers during winter break. Told us to get all our crap out.
They said get all your crap out?
Personal items and effects. Crap. Hey, Mom, check these out.
Oh my. Your father's formal Marine portrait. And his high school football picture. You kept these in your locker?
Yeah, some guy, wasn't he, Mom?
That he was. He died a hero,
I know.
but pointless death. pointless war. But we said we move on, right? We move on.
Right. So what are you cooking that makes the famous Ellen's Diner smell so good?
It's a turkey. I'm making a whole turkey to bring home for dinner. Roger's going to join us.
Oh, Ranger Roger. Our own local park ranger comes to dinner.
Be nice.
His last name is Parks, isn't it?
Yes?
That's funny.
What?
That Roger Parks becomes a park ranger. That's funny is all. Like, Bill Bridges becomes a bridge builder. Or Ray Potter makes clay pots. Or Doug Gold becomes a gold miner or a jeweler.
You've been working on this?
Yeah, want to try some?
No. What's this about?
He's an overreached Boy Scout. I don't like him.
You haven't given him a chance. He's a nice man, a good man. You could learn things from him.
Like how many plants and birds I can name.
No, like character, integrity, respect for the natural world.
And to always be prepared. Just face it, he can never replace Dad.
Well, of course not. No one ever will. But we said we move on. We didn't say we replace. Your father was a great football player and a courageous Marine, but there are other kinds of greatness and other kinds of courage.
Yeah, I guess.
Give it a try. Gonna have dinner together, and you're gonna show the maturity and good judgment that I have seen flashes of this year.
Flashes, huh?
Yes, flashes. But getting more frequent. It's a good sign.
Hey, the young baseball star shows signs of maturity. Hey, Mom, how about we clean up so we can go get out of here and go eat?
I'm waiting for Roger to come by, and there's a truck parked out front with a young couple in it. I thought they were coming in for something to eat. They showed up before you got here.
Yeah, I saw them. Looks like they were arguing, too. Geez, they're still at it. And they got Kim in between them, too. Not supposed to argue in front of kids, right?
That's right.
They got the motor running on that old beat-up thing they're driving.
Well,
Not supposed
I suppose they're just trying to keep warm. You know, the temperature's dropping quickly. They're predicting snow for tonight.
So let's get out of here before I have to start shoveling the parking lot.
Just wait a minute. Roger should be here any minute. And, you know, the turkey's not done yet. We'll leave as soon as the turkey's ready.
Huh, which one?
Show some respect. Better yet, be respectful. Roger's really an admirable man. You just don't know him yet. How about trying for that flash of maturity here?
Okay, but it's a pretty good line, wasn't it?
Yes, you can be clever, Johnny, but cleverness will not take you as far or serve you as well as kindness and decency. Your father, the macho man that he was, he knew that, and he'd want you to know that too.
Yeah, I got it. Yeesh, they're still at it. Like an old country song. Arguing couple, kid in between them. Beat up truck, rifle in the rack. All they're missing is a hound dog in the back.
Well, they better decide to come in for something to eat or get going. I'm going to close shortly after Roger gets here.
And speaking of Smokey, here he comes now. Maestro, a drum roll, please.
Knock it off.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi.
Hi, Johnny.
Evening, sir.
So, about ready to close up?
Just about. The turkey's almost ready, just needs a few more minutes. Let me pour you a cup of coffee.
There's a pickup parked out in the lot. Two people arguing. Are they coming or going?
Oh, I don't know. They've been sitting out there with the motor running.
How long?
About 20 minutes anyway.
And arguing most of the time.
Can't take that long to decide whether to eat or not.
Johnny says they've got a little kid with them.
Yes, I saw that.
And a rifle in the rack.
I saw that too. Hunting season's long over.
What are you saying? Are you concerned?
No, not yet. Just observing indicators.
I don't know if this is an indicator, but it's coming in right now, alone.
Hi, are you coming in? I'm going to be closing soon, but I can fix you something to go.
Is there anyone in the bathroom?
No, do you need it? It's right over there.
The wife and kids stay in the truck.
Well, that was quick. He didn't even flush the toilet.
He didn't use the bathroom. Now I am concerned.
He was casing the place.
Maybe. John, put down your drumsticks. Let's grab your baseball bat and resume your seat. There you go. Don't plan on using it. You won't have to. It's just advertising.
but should you ever have to use it, swing it from the barrel end, not the handle end. Goes through the air quicker. Won't do any major damage, but it'll get the job done.
Roger, what's happening?
Most likely nothing, but I like to be prepared. Ellen, do you still have that pistol under the counter?
Well, yes.
Loaded?
Yes?
Please, put it up here on the counter. Good coffee, Ellen. Would you mind stepping back in the back to see if there's more sugar?
Oh, there's some sugar right here on the counter.
Yes, but would you mind stepping...
All right, nobody move. I want the money in the cash box.
It's a cash register, David, not a cash box.
I don't care what the hell it is. You know my name. How do you know my name?
You're David Randolph. I know you and your older sister, Maggie. I'm Roger Parks. I knew your dad really well. We used to go hunting together a long time ago.
Okay, fine, great. I don't care. I need that money, so leave it.
John, no.
Stop. It must have been rough, losing your dad in the accident. What's it now, 3, 4 years?
4 years, none of your damn business.
Well, actually, it was. It was a hunting, or rather a logging accident on state property. I was the park ranger who was involved in the investigation.
Stop stalling around and hand me that money.
I tried to get some money from the state for your family, but I couldn't make it happen.
Well, aren't you the good guy?
I think you married Linda Klein, right? Is that her in the truck?
Yeah, well, now you just shut up and give me that money.
And your child, girl or boy?
Lila, she's Lila.
How old?
Almost 2.
So where are you all headed?
West.
Snow's coming. There'll be snow in the pass. Why west?
There's work out there. There's nothing here. I need that money so I can go and get set up.
I understand. I do. And I admire you for wanting to provide for your young family, but David, you're going about it all wrong.
I got no choice at all.
Yes, yes you do. Let me tell you 3 things. If you do this robbery, you're committing a felony. They will find you in Colorado or wherever it is you're headed. You'll do time, and your wife and child will be without support, and that felony will be on your record forever. It's a bad move, David.
I said I got no damn choice.
Ellen, how much money is there in the cash register?
I think it's almost $800.
So you do this robbery and you get $800, and no future for you or your family.
Said I have a choice. What is it?
Like I told you, I used to hunt with your dad. You're holding his rifle. It's a classic. I loved that rifle. I always wanted to buy it from him, but he would never part with it. I offered him $1,000 for it.
So
let's say I buy it from you right now. I got $150 in my wallet. Ellen, would you loan me the $800?
Sure.
Johnny, how much money you got on you?
$20.
So that comes up to $970 that we can give you for that rifle. And I'll owe you the $30 that I'm short. Deal?
Jesus Christ, take the deal.
So, all that happened here is that you came in and sold us your rifle on the way out of town. No crime, no problem. Ellen, why don't you give him the $800 while I give him my $150?
you're not kidding.
Ellen, hand him the money. Jonathan, now you. I'm going to put mine here on the table. You can put down the rifle on the table, take the money, and leave. Or you can give the rifle to Jonathan. And like I said, nothing happened here but the sale of a nice rifle.
Be careful, John.
Oh, don't worry, it's not loaded.
How do you know?
Cranked the bolt twice. No bullets were ejected. The first time might have been to load an empty chamber. The second time, a round would have had to have come out, been ejected. There are no bullets in that rifle.
Holy shit.
If you're going to be a robber, you got to do a little more preparation than that.
Holy cow would have been better choice, Jonathan.
Helen, do you think the turkey might be done?
It should be.
David, why don't you go get Linda and Lila? Come back in. Do you think that we have enough in the turkey to be able to all sit down and have a nice turkey dinner together before they head out?
I think that'd be a great idea.
Well, it does smell pretty good. Thank you, Mr. Parks. Thank you very much. I'll go get Linda and Lila.
Wow. I mean, wow. So how well do you know his dad, Roger?
Hardly knew him.
What?
But he did show me that rifle once.
So you never hunted with him?
Nope,
So you mean all that up?
some of it.
You are something else, Roger. You are something goddamn else.
Ladies, this is the final batch of entrants for this year's competition.
I am bleeding from my eyes. It was so painful to look at those other entries. I have stigmata on my eyes. I just know it.
When I volunteered to judge this competition, I had no idea how intense it was going to be. I mean, 20 entries already.
And not one of them worth a second glance.
It is a sad commentary on the state of culture and a waste of a Saturday afternoon.
You'll develop an eye for it, Mrs. Carey, much like Mrs. Krull and I have. We have years of experience and, frankly, exceptional taste.
Well said, Mrs. Nodding. We are experts, Mrs. Carey, for we do nothing else all year except prepare to judge this competition.
Nothing else?
And even then, it is quite an undertaking. We visit galleries, read articles, attend classes, all with the purpose of refining our taste. It is a year-long task, Mrs. Carey, but we do it with joy. If we did not have this competition, we would have nothing else. We would be mere shells of ourselves.
Truer words, Mrs. Nodding, were never said. Well, ladies, shall we?
Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes.
No, no. No, 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 yes. No, 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 no.
Yes.
You cannot be serious, a woman with your exquisite taste.
I have never been more serious, my dear. This is extraordinary work. That one, however, is an utter disaster. You must be joking, saying yes to it.
I do not joke. Mrs. Nodding, not about art, as you know. So please understand that I am thoroughly serious when I ask, have you gone colorblind? How can you say yes to that?
You know, Mrs. Krull, that I have perfect vision. And it has become even more perfectly clear to see that your taste has shifted to prefabricated paint by color art.
My tastes are the same this year as the last 8. This is the best drawing submitted this year, and it will win.
If this drawing does not win, I swear to never again be a judge for this competition.
Oh, you are not the only one who can martyr herself. If this drawing does not win, then I too swear I shall never again serve as a judge.
Aha! That sentiment is nothing but a cheap knockoff of a dazzling original, much like the drawing you prefer.
This is a beautiful drawing, don't you agree, Mrs.
No,
Carey?
this is a beautiful drawing. Don't you agree, Mrs. Carey?
Beautiful, Mrs. Krull.
Yes, beautiful.
Also beautiful, Mrs. Nodding.
Yes, beautiful.
They're both beautiful.
No, one of them is beautiful. The other is as shallow as a Kincaid. Now choose, Mrs. Carey.
I can't.
You must.
I can't.
You will.
I like them both the same.
These drawings are not adolescent siblings pandering for a parent's love. You can like them both for different reasons, but you cannot like them the same.
You are making this impossible. It is time that we select a winner.
Does there have to be a winner? I mean, this is art.
Oh, dear, simple, naive, unsophisticated, innocent Mrs. Carey. You must be dim. This is a competition.
This is life. Winners.
Losers, this is how we decide what is good.
And what is not.
And what has value.
And what has none. We are judged everywhere.
At home.
At school.
At work.
At play.
In public.
In private.
Nothing escapes judgment.
Not even art.
Especially art. So now, choose.
You're the tiebreaker, Mrs. Carey. Choose either this sublime piece that will help illuminate what art can aspire to be, or choose the one drawn by a ham-handed Neanderthal who wouldn't recognize art if it blew down her trailer park abode.
How dare you insult an artist who has the fearlessness to select a bold color palette for her work, eschewing traditional hues to bring her vision to life.
It is a drawing with a lot of pink and a lot of yellow, Mrs. Nodding, not a magnum opus.
It is a magnum opus.
It looks like my cat threw up, and look at her technique. Was she experiencing an epileptic seizure? She may as well have scribbled.
Scribbled!
This drawing glows. This drawing hums. This drawing embraces the expansiveness of the world and shows us the stark truth before our very eyes.
That drawing has an orange juice stain on it. And the stark truth is the artist is a cretin with an underbite who still needs to use a sippy cup.
Cretin?
Neanderthal?
Choose!
Why don't we choose them both?
Because we have been charged with upholding the reputation of this contest and institution.
Because we honor only the best artists who walk these hallways.
With maintaining the impeccable standards of past winners whose works will hang in perpetuity.
Penelope Dearling.
Oh, Adina Wilson.
Marianne Hope Hawthorne.
Aren't we getting a little carried away for a third grade art show?
Well, looks like someone won't be asked to serve on the arts committee next year now, will she?
It isn't as though she's made an impression on the judging yet. She doesn't have a favorite.
I do, actually. By Corey Donald Askew.
No, boys.
We will never select a drawing drawn by some boy. Frogs and snails and puppy dog tails, and that is on a good day.
Third grade boys cannot sing.
Third grade boys cannot dance.
And third grade boys definitely cannot draw. They do not have the artistic temperament, the soul, the sensitivity.
They're like men. Only smaller.
But this one has a beautiful mountain.
No, boys! Call in the two finalists. We will ask them about their drawings, their intentions. Maybe that will help you decide, Mrs. Carey.
Oh, wait. You'll put words in that girl's mouth. You'll cheat.
Fine. We'll trade. Satisfied, Mrs. Nodding?
Ahem. We need to see the following: Lee Anna Harrington and Emily Smith. Emily, mass-produced name, mass-produced art.
Oh my gosh, come on in. I'm Emily. I'm Leanna. Did we win?
Hello, sweeties. No, we haven't selected a winner yet, but we'd like to ask you some questions. Leanna, we like your drawing very much. Can you tell us why you used so much pink and yellow?
I don't know.
You don't know, sweetie?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's your artist statement. You can print it in big block letters underneath. I don't know.
And how about you, honey?
My name's Emily, not Honey.
My, aren't you precious? Emily, can you tell us why there's an orange juice stain on your drawing?
I was drinking a glass of orange juice,
Yes?
and I made a mess.
Yes. you made a mess. My goodness. Oh, and look at your teeth. Did you eat pepperoni pizza at lunch today?
No, I had it yesterday for breakfast.
And it will look lovely on her next drawing, still life with processed meat.
Don't you insult that child. She
Yes, I
has true
do.
artistic insight, whereas this is sheer and utter fluff, meaningless, pink and yellow marshmallow fluff.
Don't you belittle that child's work. It is bright and delightful, whereas this is sloppy and
Okay.
without any grace, but plenty of vitamin C. It could cure scurvy.
That is a masterpiece that rises above and beyond this piece of dreck.
This masterpiece should be recycled and the paper given to that visionary.
Emily? Oh wait, yeah. Let's color together my house. We can use my crayons, Leanna. Do you have pink? Yes. Lots and lots of pink? Yes. Yellow too. Do you have orange juice at your house? Yes. Lots and lots of orange juice? Yes. And drippy nacho cheese and chips. Let's make something wonderful together. Friends? Friends.
Corey Donald Askew, please report to the judge's room. We have good news.
Remember what, Raj?
The time in Florida when we slept on the beach?
On the beach?
Yeah, and the blue sleeping bag with the yellow flannel lining?
No, I don't.
Sure you do. You said that blue and yellow was your favorite color combination.
Well, I do like blue and yellow.
Yeah, and the sleeping bag? And how we ended up there, you remember now? Wandering through the Everglades like we did, and it was hot. It was hot. You remember that, Dee Dee? It was like African Queen hot. You remember the movie, Dee Dee? Humphrey Bogart with the leeches, and it was the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes were so big. They were big mosquitoes. Yeah, but no mosquitoes on the beach there, Dee Dee, remember? No mosquitoes on the beach, and it was cool on the beach, too. And we were surrounded by flowers, blue and yellow flowers, just like the sleeping bag. Remember? It was completely florid. Yeah, it was like Florida. D. Florida. Florida. Yeah.
Oh, flowers. Yeah,
Yeah.
Florida. Yeah.
And it was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. You know, maybe when it gets a little warmer, we can head back down there. You know, maybe we can get some money from your sister.
My
to help us
sister?
out.
Oh, I don't think my sister would. Well, maybe. My sister? Where is my sister?
Yeah, whatever. I think we can do it. I know we can do it. I mean, this is just temporary, Dee Dee. You know, living out here, getting stepped on and stepped over, and freezing our butt off when the shelter's full. And concrete is hard on the bones, Dee Dee. Real hard on the bones. New York City. They say, if you can make it in New York City, you can make it anywhere. Well, we made it to New York City. Now we gotta make it the hell out of here. Someplace better. Someplace warmer. So, what do you think, Dee Dee? Do you want to go down to Florida, you think? Would you like to make the trip to Florida?
Are you sure we were in Florida, Raj?
Well, what do you mean?
Because I don't remember being in Florida.
Snap out of it, Dee Dee. We were in Florida 5 years ago. Oh, well, maybe we went down to the Keys this time, you know? Maybe Key Largo, the big one. Hey, maybe that's why they call it Largo. Because it's large. Huh? We had a good time down in Florida there, Dee Dee. Yeah, I really wish you'd remember it.
Well, I don't remember.
But that's all right. Take my word for it. It was a good time. It was a real good time. I picked up some work. You got some picked up cans and bottles. We had plenty of food. There's food all over the place. And it was warm down there. It was balmy down there. I really wish you'd remember it, you know, because we can have those good times again. That's why I need you to remember it.
The sand, the sleeping bag, maybe. No, I don't remember. I can't remember. You know I can't remember, Rod. And sometimes the things I do remember are... Well, where's Alice? What happened to Alice?
Dee Dee, come on, will you? Snap out of it here. Come on. Everything's all right here. We can get down there to Florida again. Don't worry about it here. You remember Schenectady? Yeah, you remember Schenectady?
Yeah.
And that dog. You remember that dog? Oh, you loved that dog. That dog. Walter the Wiener.
Walter the...
Yeah, you remember the little hot dog there? Yeah, remember he ate the cellophane and puked in the duffel bag? Yeah, you loved that dog. We found him down by the river. You remember that? And he had one leg that was shorter than the other. So when he looked at you, it was like this. You loved that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun down there. I really wish you'd remember it.
Well, I remember Alice, Roger. This was Alice's.
That's right. Me, you, and the parrot are going to Florida.
This was Alice's before she died. Yeah. My daughter, Alice. Alice!
Dee Dee, Alice didn't die. She's fine.
This was hers. It was. Where's Alice?
She didn't die. She gave it to you as a gift. Don't you remember? Your daughter Alice is down in Atlanta with your sister, and she gave you this as a birthday present, Dee Dee, because she loves you. Don't you remember that now? Dee Dee. Alice is fine. She's not dead. She's not dead. She's fine. And she loves you. She was sick, but she's okay now. But she's living down there in Atlanta so she can get better treatment. That's it, yeah. She's fine. She's fine. She's all grown up now, Dee. She's all grown up now. Yeah, maybe on our way down to Florida, we can stop by Atlanta to say it. Would you like that, Dee?
So she's not dead?
No. No, she's not dead, Dee. She's not dead. She's
really.
She's fine. She's fine. She's fine. She gave you this parrot as a present. You remember now?
What's all this?
Well, this is beach sand. Yeah, well, it's sort of like beach sand in Florida. You remember that? Beach sand. Look at what I got here. I got a flower.
Oh, it's beautiful, Rod.
And look, another flower.
Oh, smells like fresh Cheetos.
The stuff that dreams are made of. Oh, it says here in the beach sand that the president says that the economy's got to improve. He says that rising tides lift all boats, that's what he says. I think we're going to have to get a boat.
Do you believe everything you read in the sand, Roger?
Well, I'm an optimist, but I'm not an idiot. I would like to get a nice boat. Say, speaking of flowers, are you hungry?
Do we have any fruit left? Wasn't there a banana?
Oh, let me take a look. Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. We have string beans and onions and cabbage and scallions and blueberries by the tray. Oh yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today.
We should really try and get our hands on some bananas before we go to Florence, Roger.
Florida. It is Florida.
Florida. Okay, Florida. I don't think we're going anywhere, Roger. And I love you to pieces. And I know you make stuff up all day long just to distract me and cheer me up. But I also know I'm losing my mind. I know I am, and I'm scared. I'm scared that pretty soon I'm not going to remember anything, not even who I am. Except I do know that Alice died. I remember that. Roger, what's going to happen to me?
Dee Dee, we're on a fucking sidewalk in New York City. And we've had a lot of bad things happen to us. And we'll have more bad things happen to us. But you gotta remember this, all right? You gotta remember this. That I'm here with you, all right? You must remember this. For if you can remember this, you'll be all right. You'll be all right Dee Dee? And Alice didn't die. She's in Atlanta. And maybe we have no bananas, but we'll always have parrots.
You silly man.
I have arrived.
Thanks for coming in, Chloe.
Oh, it's not a problem. I so rarely get into the office these days. It's nice to drink someone else's coffee for a change. Although, to be frank, this is pretty terrible.
Yep, we've had to make cuts in the newsroom. The night team's been bringing in their own toilet paper for about a year now.
Have they really? Oh, gosh, different times. You know, I remember when it was all ciggies smoldering in ashtrays and bashing away at stories on rickety typewriters and all the Garibaldis you could eat. You haven't been with us long enough to remember those days, of course.
Times have certainly changed. Look, Clove, it's a rather serious matter.
Oh.
I've had a complaint.
A complaint?
Letter to the editor about your latest review.
What, the Pinter?
Yes, the Pinter.
Oh, I see. A disgruntled director? Or a lead actor with a fatally wounded ego? I can only judge exactly what I see on stage. That has always been my guiding principle.
Nope, it's no one from the production. It's from a reader, a fellow theater goer.
Right.
They have an issue with the final paragraph in your piece.
Well, you'll have to refresh my memory.
I've got it right here.
You know, 2 reviews a week for 20 years. They all tend to blend into one another.
As this problematic production lumbered towards its iconic climactic scene, the audience was left desperately searching for a reason to care and audibly its tickets for the cloakroom. When the curtain mercifully lowered on the play's final line, it was a lackluster conclusion, entirely in keeping with a piece that was terminally lacking in energy, impact, and emotional depth.
Well, it is robust. It might be a touch on the harsh side, but I think you'll find it is broadly fair.
Possibly, except it didn't happen.
Sorry?
It didn't happen. The final scene you describe here didn't happen.
What do you mean?
Do I really have to tell you?
Well, yes, I wish you would.
Just before the final scene, the leading man started extravagantly vomiting thanks to a dodgy pizza. The understudy got accidentally stuck in the dressing room toilet and couldn't go on. Someone backstage set off the venue's fire alarm while they were making a cheese toastie, and the entire show had to be abandoned in chaos. It was total, utter carnage.
What? No, that didn't happen. They must be talking about a different performance, the matinee maybe.
Nope, there was no matinee that day, and you specifically note it here. And your filed expenses for the event include a train ticket stamped on the same date here. Plus, I checked the reader's account with the venue.
And?
They confirmed it.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
So you, award-winning theater critic and chief theatrical correspondent for this newspaper, saw the same play on the same night as our valued reader, and you didn't think it worth mentioning that the entire production had collapsed like a clown car, ending in a complete farce?
I'm sorry. I can't explain it. I wrote what I saw.
Clove?
Yes.
You weren't there, were you?
Excuse me?
You weren't at the theater that night.
What are you talking about?
I asked around. I did some digging. Nobody has ever seen you at the theater. Any theater.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Oh, there's always rumors you're going to be in on a particular night, and a frisson of nervous excitement will run through the assembled company. But it turns out nobody's ever actually laid eyes on you. It seems you're the Scarlet Pimpernel of the West End.
I like to be discreet. Sneak in as the lights are going down, and then shuffle out during the final bows, that sort of thing.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Just so happens that the box office for the Pinter had a CCTV system installed.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they did. They had a recent spate of ticket thefts and wanted to get to the bottom of it. So I called the manager and asked them to spool through the footage from that.
Crikey, this is all getting just a little bit dramatic, don't you think? Oh, gosh. You know, I wish I hadn't had that coffee now. You know, this would make a much better play than the Pinter, actually. Go on.
You're nowhere to be seen in the footage from that night, but someone did pick up the tickets left in your name.
Well, are you going to tell me who?
No, you are. Do you recognize this woman?
Oh, well, it's a bit blurry. I couldn't say for definite.
Take your time.
Well, you're not going to bring in a lineup or anything, are you? Only I've left my distance glasses at home.
Enough, Clove. Straight answer. Did you or did you not go to the Pinter that night?
Okay, well, just to be clear, we are talking about Harold Pinter, aren't we?
Straight answer!
No.
Right. And so have you happened to grace with your presence any of the theatrical productions to which this newspaper has given you complimentary tickets, generous reimbursement of all your expenses, and a hefty salary over a period of 20 years?
No.
I see.
Actually, no, that is unfair. I definitely saw a couple a while back. I'm thinking Carousel, but I couldn't tell you the year.
Help me out here, Clove, because I am struggling with this. How on earth have you managed to pursue a successful career as a professional theater critic for a national newspaper for nigh on 2 decades without setting foot inside a theater?
Oh, I have been dreading this. Oh, okay, but you know, I knew it. I knew this day would eventually come, so... All right, let me explain.
I'd love it if you could.
Okay, I have been
Sending out your best guess based on the day's horoscope?
No. I've been
Sending out psychic messages to the audience and having them beam their thoughts back to you via telepathy?
I've been sending a stand-in.
A stand-in?
Well, a sit-in, because Mother likes to bring her own cushion.
Your mother?
All right. She is very sprightly for a 94-year-old. And she absolutely adores the theater. You know, she was over the moon when I got given this job. And so she goes with a friend, and they make a real night of it. They have pre-theater dinner at the Wilshire, and glad rags on, and cocktails, you know, the whole shebang. And then she rings me up after each performance, and she tells me what she liked and disliked about that show. You know, she gives me a complete rundown of the performances, the set, any particular points of interest, and then I jot it all down, and I put my own particular spin on it.
Spin's the right word, all right. A web of deceit is what you've been spinning. I just don't understand.
Well, she must have left the theater early for some reason that night and entirely missed the last scene. I will be having words with her about that.
I don't understand. Why the deception?
Oh, well, I had to. I had to protect my secret.
What secret?
Oh, no, it's embarrassing.
Embarrassment is the least of our problems right now.
Okay, well, some years ago, I developed a fear of traveling. And I'm not talking about being a bit cheesed off with the daily commute. I'm talking sheer panic, crippling terror at the thought of getting into a vehicle. And you know, it didn't matter whether it was a plane or a pedalo, just the idea of getting onto a train or a bus or a car would send me into this spiral of dread. You know, sweating, palpitations, this feeling of crushing, imminent doom.
But you were our travel correspondent for 4 years.
Yes, and that was very, very inconvenient.
Please tell me you didn't send your mother on those trips.
Of course I didn't send my mother on those trips.
Thank goodness for that.
I sent my brother-in-law.
Oh, for God's sake.
No. He was only too happy to do it. You know, he got a jet ski with the air miles.
So if all of this is true, how did you get to the office today?
Oh, 2 Valium and a breathe through the stress instrumental track playing on loops. You know, like earpieces.
I thought those were your hearing aids. You claimed them on expenses.
Yes, I am actually very sorry about that.
What about therapy?
Oh, no, I've tried it. I've tried everything. I've even been hypnotized. Nothing works.
So what are we going to do now?
How do you mean?
Clove, we can't continue sending your mother on a jolly to the theater twice a week with you writing the review secondhand. It's fraudulent.
Well, why not? I mean, if it isn't broken.
It is broken, Clove!
Okay, but you know, I am an award-winning theater critic. I've given this paper influence, clout. My verdict, if it's a good one, is plastered on every poster, on every billboard across this city. I can make or break a production. Mine is the opinion that people want to read.
Your mother's opinion is what they actually read.
But she's my eyes, my ears, my special envoy. But I am the writer. I am the talent.
Are you serious?
Perfectly. Listen, what is the big deal? You get the skills and the talents of the most loved theater critic that this country has to offer. And it's not my words, Ollie Awards 2003. And in exchange, My mother gets to toddle up to town 2 nights a week with a pal and sit in the best seats in the house and eat her own weight in luxury ice cream. Have I told you about the slap-up meal that they have at the Wilshire?
You did mention it.
Okay, well, that comes out of my pocket. Honestly, she is having the time of her life.
I'm sorry. You know none of this is right. We're going to have to sort this out. Don't you understand?
So what are you going to do? Fire me? You've said it yourself, times are tough. Revenue's down, circulation's down. Competition is up, costs are sky high. So what, you're gonna sack me? And then leave our loyal readers a ready-made excuse to go buy a rival newspaper? Are you?
I have a duty to be straight with them.
You have a duty to deliver what they want, and what they want is my theater column twice a week. Have you looked at this week's online readership figures?
You know it's our most read section.
Yeah, of course it is. So, what, you're gonna go to the owner of the paper and tell her that you've lost the star critic? Okay, well, go ahead. Be my guest. Ring her up.
Just give me a minute.
Take your time.
Just indulge me. I'm just curious. What does your adorable mother think about all this?
It's fine with her. I'll call her if you don't believe me. Okay. Mother! Yes, it's me. I'm at the office. Don't worry about that. Listen. They've rumbled us. Yes. Well, you didn't tell me that you left the theater early last week. Well, you did. Yes, you missed a great big chunk of action. The Pinter. The Pinter! Right. Okay. Oh, okay. So she says that the play was dreadful, and it was so dull that she and her mate fell asleep in the middle of the show, and they woke up near the end, or at the end, by the theater staff rustling bin bags in the auditorium. They must have snored through the entire debacle. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Yes, I will ask her. Okay. Yep. She would like to speak with you. What's her name? Jean Watts.
Hello? Hello? Oh, yep. Thank you. Oh, so nice of you to say. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll think about it. Okay. Goodbye, Mrs. Watts. Goodbye.
Well,
she's quite a character.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
She says I'm doing a very good job.
Oh, well, she gets the paper every day. She never misses.
She says you're a very good daughter, very thoughtful.
Well, one does one's best.
And she thinks I should give you a pay raise.
Well, she has always been a very clever woman, my mother. So, it looks to me like we both have 5-star reviews here, so how about it?
Excuse me, young man. I need to get through that door.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Unfortunately, I'm unable to allow you to do that.
What?
To let you through this door.
Oh, well, that's what I thought you said. But you never know these days. Yesterday, Frank asked me to take out the trash. And I yelled, "You sure, Frank?"
And he yelled, "Why wouldn't I be sure, Midge? Of course I'm sure." And I said, "All righty then, if you say so." And so we had succotash for dinner. He was very excited by it. Had been years since he'd had succotash. Less excited when we missed the trash pickup in the morning, though. Not to be trusted, these old ears. Too many earplugs, I think. Got one stuck in there one time and had to see a specialist. Not my fault, though. Frank snores like a 700-pound pig with a sinus infection. Anyway, step aside, young man. I'm on my way.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm unable to do that. I'm under strict orders not to allow you through this door, ma'am.
Me? Why me? Who am I?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not authorized to release that information at this time, ma'am.
What information?
What you just asked, ma'am.
What did I just ask? Who I am? I asked you who I am, young man.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not authorized to release that information at this time, ma'am.
Well, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'm Miriam Elkin. I know who I am. I'm married to Frank Elkin, and I have 2 gorgeous children, Tommy and Laurie, and 5 of the most perfect grandchildren that ever walked the earth. I know who I am, young man. I don't need someone telling me who I am.
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am. You are aware of who you are, ma'am.
Why can't I walk through that door? Brian, Jeff, Timmy, Wade, Charlie, Matt, Lucius. I don't actually know anyone named Lucius, except for the Harry Potter boy, of course, but wouldn't it be fun if that was your name?
I believe that was his father, ma'am.
Whose father?
The Harry Potter boy, ma'am. I believe the son's name was Draco and the father was Lucius. Both with the impossibly shiny white hair and the angry faces and the black robes.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, John. They all had black robes. My new gardener has a black robe and shiny white hair and an angry face. Is he Lucius too?
I'm having a hard time following, ma'am.
Don't you tell me what I know and don't know about Harry Potter. I won't have it. I know my hog pimple characters like I know my own grandchildren. Next, you're gonna tell me that my cane is made of chocolate.
I'm allergic to chocolate, ma'am.
Oh, my. You poor thing. That sounds like a terrible fate. Oh, St. Patrick's Day must be a real nightmare for you.
I find Easter and Christmas and Halloween to be worse than anything, ma'am. Why, ma'am? Why? Why would you do that? My leg, ma'am!
Because I have to get through that door and you're in my way. I had no choice, Brian.
I can't help but feel that there were so many other options, ma'am.
Well, there wasn't. Look, Ralph, I need to get through that door and I can't allow you to stop me. Not this time.
There hasn't been any other time, ma'am. Just this time. This one very, very confusing time, ma'am.
I don't need your sass, young man.
Ma'am, I can't begin to tell you how awful this is for me. Stop kicking my leg, ma'am. I can't be involved with injuring anyone, especially my woman. But I've been given explicit orders to take any and all measures necessary to keep you from walking through this door.
George, fine. Fine. Oh. I'm fine. Let go.
I can't let you through here. And I can't let go until I know you understand that. If I fail this mission, I will fail at almost everything. I'll be transferred. And I can't be transferred. Not again. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Well, that's touching, dear. But I have to get through that door.
Permission to ask you a personal question, ma'am?
I think we're past that, don't you, Richard? Oh.
Why? What?
What did you say?
Why, ma'am? Why do you need to get through this door, ma'am?
Paul, you don't need to shout. I don't know. I just know that I'm supposed to walk through that door. And the last time I felt like I was supposed to do something this strongly, and I didn't listen to myself. I lost my Jimmy.
Who, ma'am?
Jimmy, I said. You should get those ears checked. You really should. Jimmy, my first. Lost him a couple days after he was born. I knew I should have gone to the hospital earlier. But everyone said I was overreacting and there was nothing to worry about. Turns out there was a lot to worry about. And I could have stopped it. Lost my heart that day I lost my Jimmy. And I won't lose it again. I won't. So, for the last time, step aside.
Is there any chance, ma'am, that it's the wrong door?
Excuse me? You think I don't know which door I'm supposed to walk through, Nicholas? I know exactly where I'm supposed to be, young man. I don't need your sass. Right here is where I'm supposed to be. Well, for heaven's sakes then, can I go through that door, Mike? Would that be all right with you?
Oh, yes, ma'am. That door is perfectly fine to walk through. 100%.
You have very nice eyes, young man. You're a schmuck, of course, but you have very nice, kind eyes. Has anyone ever told you that? What did you say your name was again?
Yes, thank you, ma'am. My mom told me that once, ma'am.
Well, it's true. Very kind indeed. Oh, I can't say that this has been the most pleasant occasion, but I'm off. Good day, young man.
Welcome back, Miriam. We're all right here. Everything went really well. You scared us there for a moment, but the doctor said everything's going to be just fine.
Name's James, ma'am. Jim, at your service.
Let's jump ahead to Act 5, Scene 5, just after the night shriek. Mr. M, let's take it halfway through your line at Wood at a Dismal.
Wood at a dismal treatise, arouse and stirs life were in it. I have supped full with horrors. Dinus, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once stop me. Wherefore was I cry? my lord, is dead.
Whoa, whoa, hold it. What's the matter, Seton?
Sorry. I had to rush all the way here. Missed my bus. Still trying to catch my breath. So I thought I'd use it.
I'm sorry, use it?
Yeah, you know, in the scene.
No, don't use it.
Well, I just thought there was such important news. My character would want to rush over and tell Mr. M all about it.
Rush over?
Yeah. You know the way that Andrew Lincoln in The Walking Dead would do these little sprints before the camera started rolling just to get him and his character pumped for the scene? I thought that would work for my character.
Pumped? No. You come on, you say your line, you exit. Miss Pratt, from your line again, please.
Wood, at a dismal treatise, rouses, stirs, life were in it. My hips up full with horrors. Dinus, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, could not once stop me. Wherefore was that cry? The queen, my lord, is dead.
Stop! What are you doing?
You told me to just come on and say my line.
Yes, as your character. Don't just read it to me.
Oh, as my character. Just like I was...
Yes, just like you were acting. Let's go again.
Wood. Wood. And a dismal treatise, rouse and stir as if life were in it. I have supped full with horrors. Dinus, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once stop me. Wherefore was I cry? The queen, my lord, is dead.
Cease and desist. What are you doing?
I'm acting like you said.
That was a bit much, don't you think?
Well, I figured if I were acting in those times, I'd have to really put it out to get the severity of what the line brings.
This is not the Great Hall at Hampton Court Palace, nor is it the Globe. Just say the line for today in this theater now.
Wood at a dismal treatise, rouse and stirs, life were in it. I have supped full with horrors. Dinus, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once stop me. Wherefore was I cry? No! Oh! 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 The queen, my lord!
Stop! What are you doing?
Well, I thought that with the battle coming, that maybe my character had already had some damage done to them. And
the battle hadn't happened yet. And you, Seton, are a house servant.
okay. But, what if I'm a house servant with a dark side? Like I can wield an axe or a sword.
No, I'm afraid not. You are just a house servant. You come on, you say your line, and you get off stage.
I see.
Good. Mr. M, start a little later, please.
Okay. Familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot one stop me. Wherefore was that cry? Familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot one stop me. Wherefore was that cry? Wherefore was that cry?
Satan! Satan, that's your cue! What are you doing?
Building anticipation!
Get on stage! Enter! Enter! Enter!
What now?
What now? What now? There is no anticipation. You come on, you say your line, you exit. This is Macbeth. Shakespeare.
Ooh.
This is Shakespeare, not your interpretation of Shakespeare. Got it?
I don't know if I can work like this.
Off stage, now.
Amateurs.
From Mr. M's last line. Mr. M, please.
Familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, that cannot once stop me. Wherefore was I cry?
The Queen, my lord, is dead!
Oh my God! What did you do? Oh my God! Oh, thank God. Excellent. Moving on.
She should have died hereafter. And there would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow.
That's all, folks.
Good time. I heard lots of laughing, and that's always a great sign of a good time. This year, the judging we've done a little bit differently, as I explained at the beginning. We had a play reading committee because we really wanted to judge the plays on the writing, so they chose a winner. But right now, we're going to let the audience choose their favorite as well. So we will have two winners. So when I announce the name of a play, I want you to show me how much you liked it by your applause. So the first play is The Next Ivan Sharansky. And the next is A Much Better Deal. And the next play is Art. The next is Florida. And now Armchair Critic. Midge. Mr. M's Slaughterous Thoughts. All right, I'm going to do two of them because I think there was a tie. I'm going to say Florida. And Armchair Critic. Okay, so the winner of... The envelope, please. Hold my envelope. The winner of the winning playwright for Interstage Left Theater, Hopkins Center for the Arts, Play Pint and a Pie Festival of 2023 goes to Jim Gogan, the next Ivan Sharansky. And Jim will be the winner of that. We have a cash prize for him and a beautiful pie plate that will be engraved. And the audience favorite this year is Florida. And that playwright will win an engraved pint. Thank you all for coming. We are sure to be here next year. We hope to see you again. Have a great night.